TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, the specific battle that led them to seek relationship therapy. Following a recent dispute that resulted in them spending the night apart, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes decided to seek couples counseling. We needed space. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach are being open about a difficult period in their relationship. The former GMA3 anchors, who stirred up controversy with their workplace relationship a year ago, said they had to spend some time apart recently because of a disagreement. Despite the fact that Holmes' night owl tendencies were the small cause of the argument, he claimed that the couple let it fester until it became unbearable. In the Deck 16 episode of their Amy and TJ iHeart podcast, Holmes said, "We can tell y'all that there has been one night that Robach and I have spent apart that can specifically be blamed and attributed to a fight that we had, with Robach saying it sent me over the edge." The 50-year-old remembered to Holmes, "You prefer not to go to bed. At midnight, you began preparing a meal, and I became irritated. I said, would you just please let's go to bed?" In retrospect, Holmes acknowledged that pride and ego took over because the two were emotionally exhausted that evening. According to Robach, the two were also under holiday stress at the time, who acknowledged that by picking a quarrel, she and Holmes were not at our best. Her spouse continued, "We literally spent a night apart because of that. This incident occurred the evening before we were expected to collaborate in the studio. Thus, I am unable to escape you." Dr. Jeff Gardner, a psychologist, assisted Holmes and Robach in resolving the matter by participating in a couples counseling session on the show. "I was embarrassed after the fight that my first thought wasn't to make sure that she's okay," Holmes said. "Well, we gotta make sure we're alright because family is coming to town and we gotta put on a good face," was my initial thinking. "Together, we must enter the studio, maintain an optimistic attitude, and refrain from suggesting that anything is amiss." The 46-year-old continued by admitting that he had a bad habit of not caring about other people's emotions. "You burned me one time, and I'm done with you and I will shut people out," he said. "However, I'm still coping with that and struggling with how much I was hurt, and then attempting to return and show love to the person who hurts me." Remarking that he's usually not very forgiving, Holmes expressed regret for his actions and said, "I'm sure that doesn't feel good." For a detailed timeline of the romance between Holmes and Robach, continue reading. September of 2020. After becoming a member of the ABC morning show in 2012, Amy Robach became the host of GMA3, What You Need to Know, replacing the post-Good Morning America time slot. Robach's co-host was TJ Holmes, who was hired by ABC News in 2014 after they quickly became friends. "You couldn't have chosen a better person to ask me what I thought of," Robach told People. "We've literally been attempting to collaborate for the past 5 years." Holmes continued, referring to Holmes as like my brother, adding, "We just can finish each other's sentences. We have such a great relationship." Again, it's that trust, which is so amazing to have. It's not something you always have on set. "But the most important thing is that I know that no matter what I do or say, he has my back and vice versa." Robach also revealed that she frequently went on double dates with Holmes and his spouse, Marilee Fiebig, along with her husband, Andrew Shue.